What's good, family? I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to do the face cam, but that's okay because y'all don't need to see my ugly face anyway. But what I will say is that y'all saw in the clips how crazy this build goes, and I'm finna tell you exactly why I decided to do this. You guys just make sure you like and subscribe because I'm back on my grind. I got things to do. This time I actually am on it, all right? I swear to God I am. But here we go. So anyway, most of you guys know that 2K did an event not too long ago that was along the lines of the 2K League perk, like on how to get into the 2K League. And it was a 3v3 event. Well, the first day I got 20th place, and the second day I realized I was in some trouble. The reason why is because my build that I was playing on only had an 85 steal, and it was a small build. So I didn't have the ability to get rebounds. I didn't have the ability to get, which just gives you more points. I didn't really have the ability. I got assists and stuff, but when you're playing with randoms, you typically have to score more often than not, unless you got a really good team of randoms. So, and then that means I only got so many steals also, but keep in mind, everything was giving you points. So even those games that I would get 3 or 4 steals on my 85 steal build, I was getting like 19,000 points, which was great, but that wasn't a, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't viable throughout the entire event. And so I quickly realized if I'm going to play in this rec that's coming up, the rec event that's coming up on November 6th, and try to qualify that way, I'm gonna need not only have a small guard build, but I'm also gonna need to have a 99 steal because I need to have a shot, especially playing with randoms, that if I have to guard ball, that at least I have a shot at guarding ball, right? So that's why I decided to go with this build, and I'm gonna go into detail why it's such a great build right about now. So here we are right here. You guys can see that boy invade point guard, right? 22. It doesn't matter. I just always like the number 22. I did a 6'1" height with a 161 pounds, 6'10" wingspan. This is actually similar to what Badge Plug did on his build, but I actually changed some of this stuff. I didn't actually look at everything that he did. I just knew that it was a 6'1", 6'10" build. But I know that, like, in general, he had like a silver takeoff because he says that quick drops is enough. And that's really just goes off to what you guys think works best for you. But I know that gold limits takeoff, you're flying in the air, and I kind of enjoyed that. So like I said, it's neither here and there. It's more about what you feel is best for you. But like, so here's my build. I went close shot 52, driving layup 77. This is so that I can get fearless finisher and acrobat at silver. Then I did driving dunk 86. This way I get gold limitless takeoff, which also makes me put my vertical at 75 so that I get contact dunks. Then I did mid-range shot, which is 74, because you really don't need a high mid-range, especially with mini magician, and you get it at gold. So you really don't need a high mid-range in order for you to be able to hit consistent middies. And the 89 3, now this is one that I battle with a lot. For one being that I believe that you need either a 90 or 91 to get Steph Curry's base, which is the shot that I normally use. The shot that I normally use is Steph Curry, Oscar Robertson. But I figured I'm gonna have to make a sacrifice somewhere, so I ended up going with the 89 so that I can get Agent 3s. And then I just went with the LaMelo base, which is a really good base as well. And then I did Oscar Robertson for that. My pass accuracy, I did 80 because I still think that pass ac is still really good and it's necessary as a point guard. And then speed with ball, that goes, you can literally go back and forth with that. But the problem with speed with ball is that if you did it with at 79 here, you see how it goes down. So I couldn't do that. I had to leave it at a 95 here and have this at an 80 so that I could get Hall of Fame unpluckable, because I have a feeling that in the event there's going to be lockdowns, just literally spamming X, and I just don't want to get the ball plucked 24/7. So I decided it was better for me to go with Hall of Fame unpluckable. Now my perimeter defense is a 79, which is pretty decent. It's not the greatest in the world, but it is a 79, so you can guard ball. And then my steal is a 99, which obviously you guys saw. I get Hall of Fame gloves, so it makes it really, really difficult for people to go and just do anything they want to do on me, especially crossing in front of my face. Like, you're not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. If you get by me, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get a steal anyway, because as soon as you get by me, I'm going to press X and get the wraparound steal animation. Why is that a thing in this game? It's just, I don't know. If I'm going to be honest with you, steals need to be nerfed. And honestly, I wouldn't even care if they nerfed it now. But I'm just like, if they're not going to nerf it, then I'm going to take full advantage of it. My speed, I went with an 80 because speed isn't even really important. I have gym rat, so I ended up with a 93 or 84 speed and a 93 acceleration. Now, obviously, if you went to like a 95 acceleration, there's ways that you can mess with this to be able to get to where you want it to go. For instance, if you took this down to an 80 and then you dropped your thing down to a 60 here because you wouldn't need contact dunks, then you can take this up to like a 92. And you get that, you end up at like a 96 acceleration, which is actually really good. So there's ways around it to make sure that you can, you know, get a higher acceleration, because acceleration is a reason. You could also take your thingy up here. But yeah, I don't feel like stamina is super like heavy in this game, so 87 going to a 91 was fine for me. But I'm gonna take this all the way back to where I had it so you guys can see. Here we go. Wait, 86. Okay. Yeah, so I don't 87. I feel perfectly fine with dribbling. I'm not dribbling a ton anyway. I'm trying to just get a bucket and I'm out of there. So yeah, anyway, 75 vertical, so you get contacts. Stamina 87, and the reason why my defensive rebound and stuff is where it's at is because it's all tied to this. So if I move this down at all, everything else comes down too. So I literally cannot touch anything or anything would move. So this is about as good as you're gonna get if you want it to be exactly like this. Now again, it all comes down to, this is the one that you're gonna change more often than not on anything. This right here is going to be the ones that you change, because it really comes down to, do you want gold limitless takeoff or do you want silver? So it's really, do you want to be faster when you're dribbling or do you want gold limitless takeoff? And that's really what it comes down to, because you can't touch anything else. If you try to touch, other thing you can touch, I believe, is pass act. And if you're touching pass act as a point guard, then what the freak are you doing? You shouldn't be a point guard. But yeah, as you can see, this build goes crazy. And I've really been enjoying it, man. Like it's really hard for people to deal with me now, because if I even try to do anything, or if they try to do anything on me, I just steal the ball. And most people think they can just get by a small guard now. And even now that my build is a 6'10 wingspan, even when they try to do back doors, I get a lot of steals off of backdoor passes now and stuff too, because my build is even longer than my 6'7 one was. Do I think this is the best build in the game? No, I don't think it's the best build in the game, but for what's given in the game right now, it's a very balanced build, because not only do you get to play defense and become annoying pests and a menace on top of that, you can also shoot very well, you can fade very well, and you're dunking from the free throw line pretty easy as well, and you have a decent acceleration as well, so you're not really struggling when it comes to getting by people after doing your quick first step move. So like I said, this build works really great for me. I'm going to use this build doing the NBA 2K League event and hoping that everything goes well in that. So this is going to be it for this video, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for hanging out, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.